విక్రమ్ టీవీకి సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి.
Subscribe to Vikram TV.
Subscribe to Vikram TV.
Subscribe to Vikram TV.
Please like, share and subscribe to Vikram TV.
What is it that is different from that of the other schools that we have over here? So what is that unique thing that you teach in which is not taught in other schools?
Let me ask you, because most of the students are sitting here.
Yeah.
Students, shall I ask you one question? Okay. If I give you a bunch of papers, newspapers, and I ask you to make ladder, how do you make it? First thought process. If I ask you to make a ladder with the help of newspapers, what you will do first? You will do like this. You will make sticks and everything. But to my surprise, when I give the same activity to almost 150 students, where 150 students have performed differently, and they presented the way one student, he made that newspaper and he cut in between and he made that on the floor itself. Then he started saying that this is a ladder. I thought like ladder will be on the standing position. Why you made like this? Sir, you asked you to make a ladder, but I made ladder in this way. Do you have any problem? So that kind of attitude we can develop in the student itself. So it's not about in the classroom where sitting in the four walls and making them to learn all the concepts, but making them to understand by observing things outside the world. That is what Travernia Fest is meant for.
Awesome, sir. So let us dive into the topic and let us understand like travel influences your mind. What is your take from a psychological point of view as to what is the influence of travel on one's mindset?
Have you ever heard about even doctors used to tell that when you are feeling low or when you are feeling upset, make sure to travel somewhere and get some energy and come back and start your routine work. In the same way, maybe meditation or yoga, this kind of things are the best remedies for mental health. In the same part, the third best part is traveling. Have you ever, I don't know whether you have seen this movie or not, Surya Son of Krishnan. One of the famous movie where Surya lost his girlfriend and he was completely into depression and he was completely into addiction also. At that point of time, his dad suggested him, why don't you go and travel somewhere where it is very new. Then when goes to that place, he found his own self. Till that time, he doesn't know what he was and what he can do. But after going to that place, he got to know about himself. Then he got into army and he started serving the nation as well. That's the beauty of traveling, where you can help them mentally, physically. Traveling will help them.
Got it, sir. So you're telling that can it be a stress buster from that of the other things that you have in and around?
Very true, very true.
Okay.
Mostly you can see like in a the GR, you can see there the middle color is G, green.
Yeah.
Whenever you go to Ooty or Kodaikanal or Kerala, after coming back, you don't say that nothing is there, it's boring. No, green is completely meant for stress buster, I can say.
Healing and stress.
Exactly. So likewise, when you keep traveling, you feel mentally fit as well.
Got it. So next question to you, Nikhil.
Yeah.
Like, there are a lot of influencers out here who is making content for travel and other things around. So coming from a travel perspective, how to stay active on social media from a travelers?
So in order to stay active on social media, the simple rule is to be active. I'll decode it for you. Active, A stands for awareness. When a content traveler is creating content, so they should be having one thing in their mind. They are creating awareness for someone. They're something teaching something new. C stands for connecting. When they are creating content, they should always think from audience perspective. What does the audience need, and what are the key elements that audience look for? The content that they are creating in any language, it might be any thematic, vlog style or any kind of thing, they should connect with the audience. And T stands for following the trending music and trending shorts, what are the trend that is happening in nowadays, that trend has to be followed by everyone so that it can give them lot of engagement instantly and they'll get more and more discoverability. I stands for inspiring and innovative content. Whenever they are creating some content, because it is very much short form content, if you just see, everyone's attention span has reduced by very less person now. Like 3 to 7 seconds is the normal attention span after social media. And when they are creating social media short form content, they should always look at that innovation element in that. How creatively they are doing, how differently they are doing, how differently they are presenting their content in that such a lowest time. That is inspiring and innovative content. And V stands for value creation and value addition. So it's all about content is all about value creation game. The content or influencer should always look at creating that value. What is the value that is creating through his content, through in the video format? What exactly is doing it? That is something he should focus on. And other E stands for engagement. The most priority for an influencer should be on his engagement. It is irrespective of how many followers that you are having. It's all about engagement, how you are able to engage with your content, getting more and more comments and personalizing content, and also personalizing their replies also matters the most. That is where these are the A to E things that will help you become active on social media platforms.
Thank you so much. So I have a question for you, Sudhir. Like contradictory to what Nikhil said, like he's ensuring that people become active on social media, and influencers are following that and are becoming active. What is the psychological impact on kids for today's time, who is watching and consuming all this content from Instagram, and is creating a mindset that, hey, I am lacking this in my life, I am not able to travel. So how do you overcome this, and what is your take on this part?
Every coin has its two sides, like pros and cons. In the same perspective here also, I would like to share one experience which recently I have witnessed, where I, sorry. So once I visited one school where one student was presenting something, where that student was not regular and he was not at all having the discipline factor as well. But later the teacher presented very well. Sudhir, I just want to share one thing. This student recently visited Japan, where all the people, they were not carrying, sorry, they were not throwing anything on roads. When he started traveling to Japan, particularly when he came back, from that day he maintained the discipline. This was the learning by traveling to that country of this particular student. But the second part of this thing is, most of his friends, they started saying that, Arya, this guy was so lucky. He started traveling to all over the world, but unfortunately, we belong to a very poor family. We can't make it. And there is one term in social media, FOMO, fear of presenting themselves, missing out something. This is a psychological impact where most of the students, after seeing that post, this guy traveled to that place and this girl traveled to this place, where these people are losing that confidence. Instead of seeing that perspective, why don't you present in a different way? Hey, fantastic, you visited to that country, that's really fantastic. Maybe next time I need to plan to visit some other country with my own budget or with my own constraint. Likewise, you can plan. Instead of thinking that I'm not good, I'm not presenting well, I'm not capable of getting all these things, I don't have that caliber, why don't you go with a different mindset, stating that maybe he got an opportunity to visit Japan, but I will get an opportunity to visit Mizoram. Maybe out of my budget I can travel there, or else I can go to nearby place. Likewise, you need to think about your own constraints, your own boundaries. Based on that, your mental health will be perfectly all right. But right now, kids, they start comparing, or they start thinking differently, that is affecting psychologically without their intention.
So adding one question, you mentioned about a point that confidence. How can travel or doing adventure can help building confidence in children's mindset? Can you explore that?
Exactly. Recently, 2 days back, I was sitting in the counseling center. One of the kid, he was studying fifth standard. He came and I asked one common question, stating that if you are running out of gas cylinder, what do you do? Then suddenly he said that no problem, I can go with Swiggy or Zomato. But he doesn't have any second thought how I can handle this situation. I asked the same question to his dad. He said that maybe I will ask my neighbors to get the cylinder and everything. Here, my question is, when he didn't explore anything because he was going to school and coming back and going with the same routine. But when I asked him to travel, obviously his observation skills, how the locality is, how these people are. When you go to hill stations, these people, they keep things on their shoulders and they used to lift to that hill station, whatever the water or anything. When students observe that thing, then definitely, oh, this kind of the way we can solve the problems, they will get that confidence. First, until unless you don't expose to that problems, you don't get that confidence. When traveling with adventure, for example, you visit this Tirupati or Arunachalam, these places, where these people used to climb. True. At that point of time, the students will observe, these kids will observe, and thereby, when you keep observing things, their problem solving, their decision making, their confidence level will get increased.
So that it gives an experiential learning, you could sum it up and say. And another question, so when we talk about travel, people will always think about foreign trips, travel this country, that country. What is your take on that? What is your perception on that? Is it only in different countries or different places in India also?
Without winning yourself, how can you win the world? Here, self in the sense it's about our country, India. I don't know whether you heard about which is the best which best state which follows all the rules, traffic rules. Which is the best state? Best state where it follows all the traffic rules. that is an inspiring state to entire India. Which is that state?
I think Mizoram.
Mizoram, fantastic.
Yeah.
If you make to travel all the students, all the kids to that place, then definitely after coming back, these kids, they will definitely follow all the rules. Until unless we experience, maybe these people will think that Switzerland, Malaysia, all these countries. But unfortunately, if you don't go to Kerala, you don't experience something mini Switzerland or mini Ooty there. That is what, until unless first explore India.
Okay. Question to you, Nikhil.
Yeah.
So a lot of influencers are starting their channels and vlogs and various social media platforms, and they are thinking that they can make a lot of money. So, as a creator, how can I make good money from travel influencing? And at the same time, what are the different ways that an influencer can make money from travel?
So initially, what happens is like the perception. Everyone will think that once you look at any successful person, we aspire to become as such one. So that is where they get their inspiration. But what happens? We should have something in mind. Day one, when we start any journey, instantly will not make money. And this creator field, no, it takes some time. It likely like 3 months, 6 months. So creator should have that predefined mindset in his mind. What happens? Day one he'll post the content. Day two he'll post the content. Day three he'll post the content. Day three he'll think that no one is watching my content. He'll get depressed and he'll start. He will stop creating that content. So in order to be what is the major thing that works in social media is to be consistent, create more content, create authentic content. Answering your second question, what are the different ways how influencer can make money? So there are multiple ways travel influencers or influencers make money. One is through brand endorsements. They partner with brands and they promote the brands, different brands that they use, that they influence, all those stuff. Second thing, they sell products or services. They sell products like the backpackers, you see, travel accessories, all those stuff. They promote that products. I bought it on Amazon. I bought it on Flipkart. I bought it from this vendor. You can also buy it. They influence the tribe to buy it. They form that community, all this stuff. That is second source of revenue. Third source of revenue, they create their own merch, their own merchandise. They make money through that. Fourth, when we create content, so what happens is like Instagram or YouTube, we have something called monetization. That one we get thing this. Fifth, they get all the trips that they are going sponsored by brands.
Correct.
So that is where also they get enjoy free trips, free amenities, all the stuff to get that promotion, all the stuff. And also apart from that, platforms like Zomato, Swiggy also for giving a review or a vlog or video testimonial also. From there also there are multiple ways, like almost like 10 to 12 streams they make money in multiple angles. That is how it works.
Got it. Thank you so much, Nikhil. Sir, from a mental health point of view, how frequently should one travel? Okay, and then it's just that many a times it happens that okay, I've traveled to this place, I enjoyed a lot, then I come back, and after I come back and when I look at my bank balance, I'm depressed. Okay, so how can you plan? How much do you think that one should allocate for travel, and how frequently should one travel from a mental health point of view?
Yes, I can tell you in two ways. First thing is like if you want to take a break from your work, maybe every 6 months you can have a traveling for one is national and one is international trip. Likewise, you can plan. Otherwise, whenever you feel something low, something upset, or something it is not giving that push, take a break, pack your bags, and move to some other place. Maybe no need to visit all the places in that particular locality. Just go and spend that time and experience new things there. That's it. That is the best part. Most of the people, when they go for traveling, if they plan for 4 or 5 days, they feel that all the 4 days I need to cover every corner of this city. That is the worst part. Only thing what you need to do is, if at all you have planned for 4 days, 2 days you can visit all the best parts of this city. Rest 2 days, just go and experience all the streets and just go and experience the locality. That's it. But these people, I don't know whether you heard about the statement or not. After coming back from the trip, they used to tell that I'm feeling so tired. You are going for the trip itself to get that energy, but when you come back, you used to tell that I'm feeling so tired. I need to take rest for another 2 days. Then what is the need of going to that trip? So first we need to educate how to travel also. That's the first part. Second, bank balance. Maybe you said like before traveling, I used to plan something and I need to get the best. But after coming back from the traveling, oh, I spent this much. Oh, next time I don't want to go. Making sure the budget also, it will create a psychological impact for your next trip or for yourself. At that point of time, for everything there is a boundary or there is a limitation. Even Right now, maybe I can afford to travel to till Malaysia. I can't stay for 10 days in USA, but I can go for Malaysia and I can spend for next 4 to 5 days. Who is limiting here? Not the country, not anybody else. It's me who is taking that decision. Right now, each and every person, whenever you are planning any trip, make sure it should be financially liable. It should be emotionally. Right now, for example, I just want to have a calm and smoothing place. If I go and be in a city where completely hectic with traffic and pollution and everything, then what is the need of going for the trip? So first you need to know financially reliable, emotionally stable, what you are looking for, what is your need of traveling. Without having all this proper planning, then there is no meaning for traveling and it will not create any impact on your mental health as well.
Karan, adding to your second point, no, I recommend you to become a travel influencer. No. But adding to that, going forward in one more deeper dive into this particular thing that you said, sir. A lot of people are traveling just to post on Instagram that I'm over here. They just want to create like a kind of insecurities in others' mindset, or they themselves have insecurity that I have not gone there, so I should post pictures that I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. So, what is your take on this, and how can you overcome this particular thing that is coming in the youth?
The true traveler, I can say, true traveler, they don't bother about anybody else. They just enjoy that present moment. Present moment. But most of the people nowadays, most of the people when they're traveling, they're more concerned about I need to take a picture, I need to post it. I first enjoy with your own eyes, with your presence of mind there. But no. First I need to present how many likes I'm getting, how much following I'm getting. Based on that, I will be happy. Then what is the need of coming here and being present in this present location? Right now also, I can see some of the people, those who came here for this Travernia Fest, where they are enjoying the moment. They are visiting each and every stall. They are enjoying that moment. That's really fantastic. Rest of the people, hey, 1 second.
Picture,
Hey, 1
picture,
second.
yes.
Picture. What do you do with the picture? Then that is very much required because that will be a memory. But before that, first be in the present. That is what it is missing. Whenever you go to any place, most of the people psychologically they just want to get that social media, what you said, like
Attention and engagement.
social prestige as well. But don't live in that. If you are a true traveler, they enjoy the traveling. Simultaneously, just 10 to 20%, they just want to give the presence. That's it. But later, if you see the second part of the audience, 80% they want to give the social present, 20% they will enjoy.
So how do we overcome that? Any tips that you could tell, like how can we overcome this part of insecurities that we are living in this society?
Fantastic. That's a wonderful question. I don't know whether you have seen some places where they keep writing one thing that we don't allow mobile phones, we don't allow to take pictures or not. Likewise, whenever you are going for any traveling, make sure to keep your mobile phones aside and go and enjoy that is the first part. Even if you are taking kids or if you are traveling with your family, make sure this particular place we are not going with our gadgets. Let's keep our gadgets here. Let's go and enjoy. When you are talking with your family also, you will have a different experience. The first part, because you can't regulate from the rules and regulations, but you can regulate in your family structure.
Karan, adding to it here, if you remember, we were seeing a lot of content on digital detox. Yes, so people are like more, they have become aware that they were not enjoying the current moment, and that is where these digital detox programs, where they are away from mobile phones, and also in traveling, the first part, as Sudhir was telling, we should focus on the current, enjoying the moment first. Then after, memories for future, and also if you remember, we click lot of pictures. We recall that memories long time, after 3-4 years, we'll remember one moment I had a picture here. But at that present moment of enjoying mental detox, physical detox, and digital whole detoxification, and that purification of mind comes in traveling in different places. As to you told, if you remember the mental aura that we get different places, that smell, that tradition, and if we take the different foods also, that culture also, we get a lot of inspiration from different places that we travel. That we should enjoy that live moment and focus on that part first. Got it. Thank you so much, Nikhil. One last question to you, Nikhil. Lot of influencers are becoming influencers so that they are thinking that they can make a lot of money out of it. Currently, that is the trend. What do you see as a future of influencer in terms of any industry, let it be travel or other? Like, how is this industry going to boom? Or is it going to boom or it is going to go down? Question one. And adding to that, what are the ways that you can analyze how much should I charge for my content and what are the metrics that the brand should look at for paying an influencer?
So answering your first question, Karan. So influencer marketing will be booming for next 5 years for sure. So what happened? Brands, it's like getting an influencer, any travel influencer, or getting that we are taking his credibility and adding it to brand. That is when for the product or service that we are offering, influencer is becoming a micro brand ambassador for us. So that is when what happens if you are new to industry. Sudhir is an established brand, I guess. So Sudhir is an influencer. If I partner with Sudhir promote to his audience, Sudhir's credibility will automatically get added to me. That is where with less effort, brand is making more money. That is one point. At the same time, affording for small brands or big brands, affording a big influencer or a big hero celebrity will cost us a lot. So that what they are doing is they are trying with different influencers who are creating different types of content, and the influencing part also is working more with. There are three categories of influencer we will be having. One is micro, another one is nano, another one is of macro influencers. Macro influencers are with high followers like 3 lakh, 5 lakh macro influencers, like the 10,000 followers to 1 lakh followers. The trend is brands are more keen towards paying for micro and nano influencers because they are saving more on budget and they are creating different. It might be customer testimonials. It might be different piece of visual content that has been able to brands are able to generate user influencer marketing. Coming to the second question, for someone who wants to start an influencer journey, we should stay consistent and we should have some patience. From day 1 or day 20, we will not get money. But whereas after 6 months, they'll definitely get money whatever they're paying. And there are multiple things like for an influencer, he packages his video content or influencer marketing in different forms. Like for storytelling, he takes one thing. For direct brand endorsement, he'll take something. For story posting, he'll take something. So in general, how it works is brand or a person, if he is having 1 lakh followers, I would tell you, 1 lakh followers, the brands generally look at engagement that they are having. Out of 1 lakh followers, when someone is posting a video, how many people are seeing it? How many people are actually commenting and engaging with the content? So engagement is the major metric that brands look at. And for engagement, in general, in social media platforms like Meta, it's like the ROI, return on investment. When a brand invests 10,000 rupees, they in worst case scenario also they get 1 lakh reach. In the same way, brands also look at for influencer, for 1 lakh follower influencer, they would naturally pay it 10,000 rupees to 15,000, 20,000 based on different type of engagement that they are doing. If the influencer is directly traveling to the place and doing a video, then the production cost is also involved that in that range. So generally, it's like 1 by 10th on a worst case scenario in a smaller scale also, he can judge that how much he gets paid. And also in that particular point, I would generally specifically tell one tip to influencer, he should stick to one niche. He should not create different. Once he'll promote a women related brand, or next time he's promoting food brand, next time he's promoting education brand, that dilution of profile happens. So that dilution should be taken care of. That is one advice for influencer which I could use. If he's doing travel, he can tap different segments in travel. Manufacturers, accessories, travel agencies, lot of stuff. That is the one boundary he should limit himself with.
Thank you so much, Nikhil, for your insights. And I think we are almost in time. And if you have any question for Sudhir sir, then please do.
I would like to ask both of you one question.
Surely.
A simple question, and I need a short answer. That is traveling with traveling with social media, traveling without social media. What is your opinion on this?
I would tell like travel first, then after use social media.
That's really fantastic.
Okay, if you ask from a designer perspective, I think we will travel with social media together. For us, it goes hand in hand because one, we are not spending time to know what we want to go and all. So social media gives us a lot of insights. And at times, from a design perspective, we are not in that particular place. But browsing the social media, we get a lot of insights about, okay, what is the people's mindset, what is the culture over there. We get the gist of it from social media, and then we try to implement that vibe into our designs. So for us, social media becomes an add-on to save cost rather than us going over there. We take from other people's interests. But from a experience point of view, if I have to tell you, if you have to create right designs, then I would totally suggest that yes, being in that place, spending time with the local people, local culture, and then designing based on the architecture which is available over there, it makes a lot of impact because it connects with the people much more in that particular regional vibe. So let's say if I'm going to Rajasthan, the patterns that are there on the architectures over there, and if I copy that and implement in our design, that will work out more rather than me just randomly putting abstract designs over there. So that's what I would
So
say.
adding to Karan, it's like in a shorter way, it acts for infotainment and edutainment to grab more and more content. And one last question for you, Karan, because you're into web design and other part also. Do you think website is mandatory for a influencer and how it can help someone to grow in their life?
I would not call it as mandate, but it is 100% helpful to have, because the two aspects of it. One, as an influencer, you're trying to build your own brand, and website will add on to it for building your brand. For example, from an SEO point of view, if you are covering a lot of places and writing articles in and around that, you can start posting them onto your blog website or onto your website. That will help you build your search engine optimization firstly. Secondly, you might be offering multiple services from an influencer point of view. So you can list out all the services onto your website,
True.
which will become very easy for the brands to understand and then contact you quickly.
In a short, it acts as a very good portfolio to showcase our work, all the stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Karan.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, everyone.
Thank you for your time.